Thank you for tuning into Spirit with me over the last season. It's been a pleasure serving you. We're going on a short break, but plan to be back with a new season. And we are still scheduling calls now. So sign up to join me on air at radiomediumlauralee.com. And remember, we're always available to you at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter too. Always love to hear from you. In the meantime, hope you enjoy one of my season's best. Laura Lee, tuning into Spirit with my special guest caller, Miss Jody.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi, Jody. Where are you calling from?
I am in Indiana at the moment.
First impression is I'm seeing a male there. You know, he's got his horse. He's combing out the horse.
What a surprise.
And he's combing out the mane of the horse and taking the brush back, if that makes sense. And he turns around and spits. And I don't know if it's spitting, or tobacco spit.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Here and there, maybe.
Is this your father?
No, my dad never chewed tobacco. He chewed on toothpicks all the time, but he might have when I was younger.
Did he have a horse with him? Does he have a horse on the other side?
Well, I was raised with horses my entire life, so.
And he spent time out there with the horses, right?
Oh, yes. I was raised with him with the horses, yes.
Right, and he's on the other side, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I see this horse, beautiful, dark beauty. And, you know, he shows me there's a blanket over the top of it, and he's walking back. And I feel like back to some sort of barn or enclosure or something with this. And he tells me that there's been some closure, and I feel like in terms of a relationship and that a divorce has been finalized. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And he's happy for you because you were happy with that. Is that correct?
Yes.
As far as closure, I mean, it's never happy, of course, with a divorce, but it was a good decision for the both of you.
Oh, yeah, for both of us, absolutely.
And you guys have retained some sort of relationship even after. Is that correct?
Yes, we did.
And he says that everybody's on good terms, and he's happy about that. Now, when he's walking this horse back and he's saying the closure, and that's why I felt like there was kind of closure with that. But I also feel like there's somebody else now in the mix who's, like taking you on a ride.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
What? He's a Bronco, right?
He's something, that's for sure.
But you know what? Your dad tells me he, as well as you guys were trained, even though you grew up with the horses, you also trained them. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he tells me to inform you, you have to train people to get to know who you are. Because you are a whole nother breed of woman. Like a breed of a horse. Does that make sense?
Yes, I've been told that quite a few times in my life.
Well, there you go. You're strong-headed. And, you know, this relationship, it's rocky and rough, and it might be giving you a challenge. It's almost as if I feel like you've been thrown from the horse, or you're throwing him from you on a couple occasions. You know, it's like you guys are writing things out and trying to find your groove.
Yes, we're trying to find a path that works for both of us.
But part of that might be you just not feeling he's completely trustworthy. Is that correct?
Well, there's very few people I honestly find to be trustworthy. So that's a hard thing for me to, with anybody. There's very few people that I would say I trust.
Right. I will say, and there are very few people. I mean, it comes down to one or two or three, you know, it's a small handful of people who we can put in our space. And I would just say, he wants you to take your time. And especially when it comes to him putting the horse away, it's just like, put it away for a while. You know, I know you laid the grounds for the divorce and that relationship, but put this aside for a while and take the time out to really get into your own space, to really know what it is you want going forward. Because I don't know if he's telling me, I don't know if you necessarily want marriage. Is that correct?
Oh, no, not again.
Right. That's what he's telling me. So that's the confirmation to the message. So what's the rush? You know, there's no rush.
I understand there's no rush. There's still that whole anxiety of something new and...
Welcome back to the dating world. You've forgotten.
It's not enjoyable. I did not miss...
Yeah, it's like being a teenager again. And your dad says, loves you very much.
And I love him. He knows I do.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your time with me today, Jody.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. And if you'd like to call into our pre-recorded show, sign up at radiomediumlauralee.com. And thank you for subscribing to our podcast and sharing it. We all appreciate you.